Leah actually brought firearms to another world. With them, she defeated human traffickers. Then, she sold reading glasses from Earth at a high price to the king. Some common items from Earth can be seen as rare commodities in another world. One day, a young girl entered Leah's shop. She selected a few cloth dolls and handed Leah 3 gold coins. She even thought she hadn't paid enough. This was the first time Leah had met someone so wealthy. She made a point to escort the girl out of the store, but Leah soon realized the girl was being followed. If something happened to the daughter of a noble in her store, Leah wouldn't know how to explain it. So, Leah decided to follow her. Not far from the store, the girl was dragged into an alley by several men, with one of them covering her mouth. Then, some accomplices joined in, restraining the girl. At this point, Leah screamed, hoping to scare them off, but the men only became more excited. Seeing the knife in Leah's hand, they weren't scared at all, because they knew a girl wouldn't dare to kill anyone. Unexpectedly, Leah quickly used a stun gun on one of the men. The man was almost electrocuted to death. At that moment, the human traffickers were surrounded by soldiers. After the traffickers were dealt with, the soldiers suddenly knelt before Leah. She was still confused about what had just happened. It turned out that the girl was Princess Annie from the kingdom. Leah was then summoned by the king. The king was very curious about Leah's weapons. Not wanting to cause trouble, Leah lied and claimed that the soldiers were the ones who saved the princess. The king knew Leah was lying, but he didn't expose her. Instead, he said he would give the princess a lesson. But Annie said that she had helped capture the human traffickers, so she had made a contribution. The king didn't say much more and told the princess to get along well with Leah. Once Leah gained the king's trust, she began to present her products. Leah asked the king if he had ever had trouble seeing things clearly. The king admitted that he had, even with glasses, though they didn't work well. Leah hadn't expected that glasses already existed in this world, but she guessed their quality must be poor since the king was still troubled by the issue. So she took out several different pairs of glasses for the king to try. Once the king put on the glasses, he felt everything was crystal clear, as if he had become younger. The king even asked the chancellor to try them on. The glasses were not only convenient but also improved vision. With them, the king felt he could still work for another 10 years. The chancellor and the king looked at Leah with great anticipation, saying that if she had anything else good, she should show it to them, and they would definitely pay for it. Leah replied that she would sell anything except people. Soon, Leah's name became famous, but the next day, someone came to cause trouble. The president of the merchant guild wanted to take over Leah and her shop and warned her to reveal her supply channels. Leah lied and said that suppliers came to her shop every day, managing to trick the president into leaving. As soon as the president left, Princess Annie came to visit Leah. Leah happened to have a letter for the princess, asking her to deliver it to the chancellor. The letter was about having the chancellor deal with the president. To thank the princess, Leah showed her a tablet. Since the princess didn't understand English, Leah had to translate for her. The next day, the president brought a contract. Seeing the president's attitude, the princess pretended to be scared. The bold president even tried to buy the princess. At that moment, the chancellor arrived. Leah immediately called the chancellor by name, leaving the president stunned. How could Leah be on such familiar terms with the chancellor? Leah told the chancellor that the president was trying to take over the shop and wanted to make the princess his wife. The chancellor intervened, warning the president that the shop was the king's property, and no one could forcibly acquire it. If Leah's shop faced any future issues, the president would have to handle it personally. The chancellor also revoked the president's privilege to freely enter the royal palace. The president asked the chancellor why he had been dismissed, and the chancellor replied that anyone who tried to harm the princess should thank the heavens if they stayed alive. After returning home, the president fell ill and repeatedly muttered to never cause trouble for Leah again. At this point, Leah thought her shop would run smoothly from now on, but the princess came every day to play with the tablet. When customers arrived, the